like they are totally. So and he supports them. So when they take this system to Europe, they are all considered workless, except Abdul, of course, and that they are given money. So wouldn't you accept being them? You would. So this is the problem. The problem is European officials who cannot imagine different system, social and different working system than their own, the European one, which is, by the way, very typical for all the leftists in the world who are so very focused on making the world better according to their own views that they have too little time to study the real differences, the cultural differences in the world. They would see that most of their crazy ideas are not applicable to Arabs, for instance. Just don't give them money, right? The Arabs think that we are suckers, because we are. Okay, they don't really, which was interesting remark done by my students, by my students, that they are sport skeptical a little bit. They are not really interested in sports. This is true. Maybe because some of them, maybe because the being rich and being not moving so much, it's somehow connected. Maybe it's because they are mostly riding horses and cars. It's considered sport. So, but it's sport more to the animal or the vehicle. But it's considered sport. The Lebanese, for instance, they are constantly quarreling about the access to in Australia, to the Lebanese and the Australians in Australia, they are quarreling about the access to the desert because they want the Lebanese want to race cars, and the Australians want to windsurf. But also the Arab men want to be in good shape, which is very typical physically shape. So they go to fitness clubs when they are in Western countries, because there is some typical for the peoples who used to be very, on the horse all the time, nomadic, and they like to be fit, physically fit. So sports and no sports. Yeah. Okay. Women's sports, of course, complicated because they would have to pull some of the clothes off, right? Okay. Positive things. Camels are funny, and they are, but when it comes to nomads, Bedouins and so on, they are all more about horses. The camels are more about caravans, and caravans is some picture that is typical for a European brain from medieval times, and so yeah. Other positive things is, of course, the horse. The Arab horse is prettier and lighter and so on. We wouldn't recognize medieval European horses. Very clumsy beasts. Okay. Pita, shisha, hummus, good cuisine. Interesting narcotics, yes. Carpets, yes, of course, carpets. When you are moving, Bedouin culture, and constantly move, and you want to show some luxury, then a carpet is perfect. But we must remember that to Peter the Great in Russia, to Renaissance times in Europe, carpet was the symbol also in Europe, because you just put some carpet on the wall of the castle to have it nice, right? And aromas and spices. Not particularly spicy spices. Why? Because it's not an easy climate. That's why you need this. And in Arabia, for instance. But it's easier than having this, than the heat and the humidity. You don't have humidity. When you have humidity, like in, Mexico, Brazil, even more Brazil, India, you need even more spices. but we are thinking about aromas and spices, not about so much about Brazil or Mexico or India even. We are thinking mostly about the Arabs. Maybe because in the Northern Europe we don't use many spices. So when we think the first culture that have spices